This episode will contain spoilers for 2 different episodes of Tales from the Crypt, one being The Secret, Season 2, Episode 18, and the other being Werewolf Concerto, Season 4, Episode 13. You've been warned.
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf bane brooms.
The autumn moon is bright.
The wolf creature! It's out there, isn't it? You've seen it, haven't you?
A strange beast, somewhat resembling a wolf.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Markiplier.
Welcome to Markiplier.
Welcome to Markiplier.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to When the Wolfsbane Blooms. Matt, yes. I've been noticing that you've been real sneaky lately. I never see you around the full moon. Have you been fucking a werewolf?
Shit. Well,
Matt loves the twisted knot.
what does that mean?
I don't know either. I keep saying it in like headlines of porn. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
I was so on board with the bit until you did that. What does that mean?
Part of me wants to listen to one to figure it out, but I really don't know what it means.
Oh my god. Aside from that, you did catch me. I am fucking a werewolf.
You
He's
would
great.
fuck a werewolf.
He's
wouldn't
wonderful. Yeah. Treats me very well. We had breakfast in bed the other day.
you? Which werewolf is it?
What do you mean, which werewolf?
If you were fucking a werewolf, which interpretation of a werewolf from what piece of media is the werewolf?
Remus Lupin.
You gross. It's because it's the twink of werewolves, isn't it? Oh, you freak. You're a disgrace. No matter the media, you're coming for the twinks.
That has a double meaning.
What is the double meaning?
I'm coming for the twinks.
Ah, you are
Yeah.
coming for the twinks.
Yeah, you figured it out.
You could come in the twinks if you were
This is getting so...
you were more suave.
This is getting so R-rated so
If you were
quickly.
better at like sweet talking them.
What the fuck do you mean?
I'm just saying, you could stop coming for the twinks and start coming in the twinks. Make them Twinkies.
This cannot go on live air.
I'm gonna put this on live air.
This cannot
is
go
golden.
on live air.
This
That's
is the good
crazy.
stuff. This is the cream.
You've made so many references to semen in the past 3 minutes.
Yes, and you're drinking it right now.
No, I'm drinking this
You're
nice...
drinking semen, David.
No. God.
Maybe it's Michael. Yeah, it's Michael. You're drinking semen, Michael.
What are you talking about?
That isn't Chinese food. You're eating worms.
What are you referring
You're
to?
drinking semen.
What are you referring
I'm
to?
referring to the Lost Boys. You've seen it.
Oh, wait, yeah. There it is.
They're worms, Michael. That's semen, Matt. You're drinking semen.
Yes, this is clearly semen out of this King of Hearts mug.
My mug says eat, drink, and be spooky.
Actually, it says eat, drink, and be scary on the little skull there.
Yeah, damn it. What the hell?
The benefit of being able to see your mug as you drink. Speaking of, we're just drinking some lovely, lovely tea. This totally isn't werewolf transform juice or anything.
I'm turning.
Yeah. Well, I know you're not turning because your shirt is still on. You haven't ripped it open dramatically.
Ask me which werewolf I'd fuck.
Hey, Sybil.
Yeah.
Which werewolf would you fuck?
I don't fuck animals, man.
That's crazy. That just makes me feel... That makes me look so bad. You're such an asshole.
Maybe one of the ones that's like really, really human. Like in Teen Wolf, aren't they just like teeth? Like, I guess I'd do that, but I don't.
Those are minors. Teen Wolf.
That is fair.
It's in the name.
It is fair, but it's always like played by like above. Let me tell you, I'm a high school teacher. Every piece of media that's like about high school is always like so horny, and it's like
that is true.
It's like, dude, these are kids. Like, I've seen them. They can't do their multiplication tables.
That is
Like,
100%
my God.
true. It is upset. Like, most high school media is upsettingly horny.
Yeah, it's true. And it's like, I get that it happens, but like, why is it like such a point of focus?
Like,
And like romanticized in a weird way.
yes! Like, obviously, like, we've both been through high school. Obviously, that is a time of, all of a sudden, you're discovering, like, sexual freedom and romantic freedom and so on, so forth.
Yeah,
But-
you have your silly stories. What are yours?
Hold on.
Come on, that'd be good. We should
Hold
share
on.
those stories.
Hold on. But, from my memory, that was, like, the second least important thing. I was significantly more stressed about whether or not I was going to be able to fake my math homework before math period.
That's because you're a loser.
I am.
A lot of people focused on the sex.
Well,
And granted, I was really smart.
I
I
don't
was the
know.
valedictorian in my high school. I cared too much about grades. But it was also a thing. I remember like going through high school being like, oh man, am I gonna be a virgin leaving high school? But no, I wasn't. I was great.
Oh,
Girls fawned over me.
I don't think that's true.
They did, oddly enough.
Did they really?
I once, like, I didn't want a relationship until, like, 16. That's when my parents said I like, could start dating. And I was like, okay, I'll follow the rules, whatever. And, like, I had such a crazy crush on this one girl.
Really?
In, like, 8th grade. And, like, it was because she was, like, the first alternative kind of girl I had ever seen in my life. And I was, like, someone who's not...
Canon event.
Who's not like a boring person who like isn't from this like podunk hick town. And so like I just really was so infatuated with her. But like I was a year younger than her, so she was in high school, I was in 8th grade. I was like, I got no chance. Next year I come back, I do another play with her, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm still really into this person. I hate that.
L.
And then the next year, just very slowly, it was just like, I was like, oh, should I ask her out? Until eventually she asked me out, and I went, fuck yes! And it's just like anyone I crushed on, like after a while, would just like really crush on me. And it was good luck. There was literally a time in there, in my sophomore year, it was such a pain, where it was like that girl. Oh, this is the great story that I'd love to tell.
Oh no.
So I'd gotten over that girl. And it was like, time had passed. It was my sophomore year. And in my health class, there was this girl I sat behind. And it was like, all right, we're having a bit of banter. She's really cool. I like her a lot. And I walked into health class one day to see this girl that I had a crush on making out with the old girl I had a crush on, like in front of my desk. Like they were a desk to the side. What? And I just was like, I had so much heartbreak. Sophomore year of high school, just like, no, that's my desk. It's health class. What the fuck? Both the girls I liked are lesbians. And at the time, I thought I was a dude. It makes a lot of sense, the people I went after, now that I think about it.
I'm sorry, that's an insane fucking story.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But then later on, oddly enough, weird twist, is like both of them were like, actually, I'm pansexual. And then both of them had a crush on me at the same time, as well as another girl. And then I was like, all right, one of these girls I think has a crush on me, but I can't tell which one. And the answer was all three. And I just was stupid and couldn't figure that out because I'm really bad at social cues.
That's real funny. That is real fucking funny. Like, how did you even... Never mind.
What?
How did you get yourself into that situation?
I did theater.
Yeah, I guess that was my biggest downfall. I didn't do theater in high school.
You didn't do theater in high school?
It's the only grade chunk that I didn't do theater. I did theater all throughout elementary school. I did it in middle school. I didn't do it in high school, and I came right back to it in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did theater my entire life, and like in high school, yeah, it's the time where everyone sort of starts dating and you become real good friends with people. I'm not answering that door. All right, now tell me an embarrassing story from your high school.
Okay, now I need to tell an embarrassing story. I love how this was originally a werewolf podcast.
It is a werewolf podcast, but they got to know us as well.
Oh, God.
Would
Okay.
this have been better fodder for like a
second.
Teen Wolf episode? Yes, and we'll come back to it.
Probably. Give me a second. I need to respond to this silly little email.
Why you do garbage? All right, great. So today we are talking about Tales from the Crypt. It's a TV series. I forgot the years that it ran on, but it was on HBO. And let me tell you, it's really hard to get your hands on it. I used to watch like a couple episodes when I was a kid, but it hasn't been on like any streaming service for a really long time. And I eventually bought the box set, which is how I'm able to watch this. The years that it was produced from was 1989 to 1996. And there were sometimes like reruns. Specifically, the Tales from the Crypt episode, that was so important to me. Did you ever watch Tales from the Crypt?
I did not. We talked about this while we were watching it. I also did mistake Tales from the Crypt for Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes. That was very foolish of you. You
That
were like,
was
it's
foolish.
always a Tales from the Crypt or Goosebumps. And I'm like, there's so much
Yeah.
like fucking in Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
And
no.
blood and gore. It's great.
I was thinking of the two horror children's shows, and I did not watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? I watched Goosebumps.
Love Goosebumps.
Love Goosebumps. Yeah, I was huge on Goosebumps as a kid. I really didn't even know Are You Afraid of the Dark existed until a couple of years ago. And then Tales from the Crypt, even like after that, was when I learned about what it was. I had barely any.
Well, good thing you're
Contact.
learning now.
Yeah, I mean those two episodes were quite fun. The two episodes that we're going to get into were
The Secret
very silly.
and Werewolf Concerto.
Yes.
Super good, super fun episodes. So neither of us prepared synopses for this, so I'm
No.
gonna relay, like I'm gonna trust that one of us describes one of them and one of us describes the other one.
Yeah, sure. We'll do this right now. Which one was your favorite of the two?
My favorite,
Which one did you
I definitely
prefer?
preferred Werewolf Concerto.
That's unfortunate because I also preferred that one. Okay, I'll do The Secret.
Yeah.
You do Werewolf.
I mean, it
Concerto.
doesn't matter.
All right.
But the Tales from the Crypt episode that stands out to me, I remember specifically when I was a kid, I only caught the ending of one episode. And it is the episode, I believe it's like towards the end of season 3, where a surgeon catches his wife cheating on him with like the cable repair guy.
Yeah.
And so he uses this new like anesthetic that he's been working on to put them under anesthetic and perform surgery on them against their consent. And then he cuts their heads off and swaps them. And so when they wake up, this big like burly man head is on this woman's body. And then there's like woman's head is on this burly man's body. And they're both just like, what? Like touching themselves like, oh, no. And then like that's sort of the end. Like that's the horrific whatever. And oddly enough for me, it's like that was a big like trans person moment for me as I was just like, what would you do if you had a chick's body? Like, what would you do if you were a woman? Like it wouldn't be that bad. Like you would just switch a couple things. It would be weird going to the bathroom. What would that be? Like it was pretty crazy.
That was the Grand Awakening.
I loved it.
Tales from the Crypt.
I mean, it was a major one. I've had others, you know.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend Evie who's a trans girl as well, and we have talked so much about like the things that you like fixate on as a kid. Of course, it's like any sort of transformation, whatever. Of course, Scooby-Doo and Monsters Unleashed, Shaggy transforming.
Yeah.
I mean, of
Yep.
course. You know, my favorite superhero my entire life has been Shazam. That's not changing gender, but it is transformation and all that. It's been pretty wild. But these two episodes, what I've been rewatching Tales from the Crypt, and it is an absolutely fantastic show. These are bits that are just short horror stories. They are crazy melodramatic. They are wild. Tales from the Crypt has released like several feature-length movies as well.
Have they
There's
really?
Demon Knight. I've rewatched. There's Bordello of Blood, and the only one I haven't watched is The Ritual, I believe. And these are fantastic. Like, they're really cheesy. Bordello of Blood is a vampire story. Demon Knight is about, like, this demon, and it's like, one of you has to become the Demon Knight. It's, like, crazy high stakes.
Oh, Demon Knight, as in there's a K.
Yeah, as in the K.
Ah, I get it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And it is just off the walls. And what I really, really love about the show, it's based on the comics from EC Comics. And it is so... Everything it does is catered to this idea of, like, it's being like the comics. It is literally the images that show up on screen are sometimes really not the best working for, like, film stuff. But for a comic, it's like this really, like, strong melodramatic pose, and the characters will get into this, or it'll fade from this. And it just really works really well, especially being that it's just like a really cheesy 90s horror show.
It does have that wonderful 90s aesthetic of...
It's so good.
It grabbed me quite instantly, because I'm so nostalgic for, like, late 90s, early 2000s shows. That's the stuff that I grew up watching as a kid. I mean, everyone can say, like, the Saturday morning cartoons and so on and so forth. I was born in 2002. That all of that, like, the runoff from the late 90s and the mid 90s into the early 2000s was my bread and butter. So seeing that was like, oh, cool. I feel like a little kid again watching something that I shouldn't be. Which, yeah, I mean, there was pretty fun blood and gore and sex in just these 2 episodes.
Hell yeah.
There wasn't any sex.
Damn it. Sexy, though.
It
my
was,
God,
dude.
that vampire lady.
Oh my God.
What?
That was very, like, well sounded.
Thank you. I know how to roll my tongue.
Okay, yeah.
I speak Spanish, man.
I know that.
How do you expect me to say burrito?
Well, see, you use that as an example, and now it just sounds like you don't actually speak Spanish.
Voy a la biblioteca. Me voy. Porque estás un idiota.
Thanks. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Really appreciate that one.
Okay, so you want to explain
Yeah.
the secret, or should I?
I'll explain the secret. Yeah. So, the secret is in an earlier season. It's in season 2. It is about a little orphan boy who cannot get adopted. He's significantly older than all the other orphans in the orphanage because he has this secret that he disappears every once in a while into the woods, and he comes back and he's all dirty. And right from the top, this is very much like, oh, probably a werewolf.
Yeah, that kid's a werewolf.
That kid's a werewolf.
Like, unless they're doing some misdirection, like it's got footage of the moon.
Yeah.
And it's full moon, he
so,
escapes.
so clear. But eventually, this very eccentric couple comes to adopt, like an eccentric older couple comes to adopt him. And the orphanage mother is like, yes, go, they want you, get the fuck out of here. And so he goes with this couple, and the couple is never around, and he kind of gets fed like a ton of sweets. It seems like they're fattening him up.
Yeah, they're giving him a ton of sweets, cakes, little treats, and he's just like, oh, jeez.
But they keep him locked in this room, and the only really interaction he has is with the butler,
Toby.
And eventually it's revealed that the couple are vampires, and they have been fattening him up, and they've been making his blood sweeter with all the cake and so forth, and then they go to try and eat him, and they chase him through the woods, and then because they go outside and it's a full moon, he turns around and is like, I've got a secret too. I'm a werewolf, and then he eats them in turn.
Yes, very good. It's like they prepped him all the time to be eaten, and then he eats them.
It's pretty great.
No.
It is pretty grand.
And then, of course, it closes with him returning to the orphanage.
Yes, with their dog that hated him, but he is somehow brought to heel with him, and he's like, I'm back, and I know my secret now, and things are going to change around here. And then he does like a cheesy evil grin, and a werewolf face flashes over his.
He's also just dressed really fancy.
He's dressed so fancy.
Like, which
he looks like an oil baron come back to be like, yes, this orphanage is going to be under my patronage. I'm going to take all these boys and I'm going to make them do manual labor.
something I need to point out about this episode and the other one. I'm not sure you noticed while we were watching, but both of them were based on comic stories originally, like directly taken from there, and were written by William M. Gaines. So they were both written by the same person, despite these being like 2 seasons displaced.
You know what's interesting?
What?
That now that you say that they were written by the same person, these are the only 2 werewolf episodes in Tales from the Crypt that we are aware of. If we are wrong, please tell us.
Hit that like button, download the podcast, share with your friend, and tell us.
Please tell us. We love when people tell us that we are wrong about something.
I tell Matt he's wrong about stuff all the time, and you can see him get hard.
That's okay. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, he just covered his crossed his
That
legs.
was completely unrelated. I was already moving to cross my leg. Never mind. I'm not getting fucking baited into this. I can't even remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. These are the only 2 werewolf episodes, and both of them involve a werewolf versus vampire situation.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And now that you say that they are written by the same person, that's like, did he think of nothing else for because there are a lot of vampire episodes.
I'm sure he wrote like a ton of other stuff, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a very interesting thing that
werewolves
they
cannot
both have
exist
that
without
little...
vampires. Yeah.
I mean, we recorded the Dracula's guest episode earlier, and that was a werewolf versus vampire. We did Van Helsing, werewolf versus vampire. Like 90% of the stuff we've done so far has been werewolf versus vampire.
Well, yes, but those are isolated pieces of media. Like Van Helsing is its own movie. Dracula's Guest is its own little short story, and also significantly older than a lot of other like media that we're going to be looking at. But this one, in the same show, about horror stories, the only 2 werewolf episodes are about werewolf versus vampire.
Right.
There was no werewolf story that involves just the werewolf. Whereas I remember when I was a kid watching like Goosebumps, there are episodes that we will eventually cover that are just focused on werewolves.
Yeah, it's surprising to have vampires in both of them.
Yes.
But let's talk about Werewolf Concerto.
Let's talk about Werewolf Concerto.
Werewolf Concerto.
Yeah, thank you.
So, starts off, there's a werewolf in the woods chasing a guy. We see the werewolf. He's got like longer hair. He rips out a guy's throat and then just holds his head up in the moonlight. Like it's this killer shot. Just like, I've got his fucking head. And we immediately go back, and there's a bunch of people at this hotel. And the person who's in charge of the hotel is like, it's irrefutable evidence. This is obviously a werewolf. And everyone's just like, oh, okay, I guess so.
Like this. Which is crazy, because that means that werewolves are just a regular occurrence,
which is
in this
awesome
universe. That's like really fun to have a modern setting where a werewolf is a legitimate concern of just, yep, we've got a werewolf.
Yep,
that's so fun.
Seems like a werewolf is killing us right now.
That is such a fun concept, and I wish it was explored more instead of it being like this secret of people would never believe that a werewolf could be real. No, the entire hotel's like, fucking werewolf.
And what's fun about the episode is it's the very classic werewolf story that we're going to see quite a bit of like, who is the werewolf? The person who runs the hotel is like, we've hired a werewolf hunter, and what they have asked for is anonymity, because if the werewolf hunter revealed themselves, the werewolf is just going to kill it. And this idea, it's also like that the werewolf isn't like an unchosen, like, I can't control it. It's very specifically like almost evil, even when it comes to their human form. And so we follow this one guy. He's very suspicious. He's tracking down people. Something about him. He's like, all right, pretty clearly the werewolf hunter. He runs into a sexy lady at the beginning. They're talking. It's like, maybe she's the suspect. Maybe this creepy German guy's the suspect. And they're following. Eventually, he finds this one guy in the woods who points a gun at him. And he's like, what is going on here? Eventually, he gets away and shoots the guy in the head. And then when he gets back to the hotel, he finds out from a letter of correspondence that, no, that guy wasn't a werewolf. He was a former Nazi.
He was worse.
He was a fucking Nazi that, like, was stealing money and, like, being blackmailed for, like, his time helping in World War II. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, oh, no, crazy. At least we killed that Nazi. But unfortunately, the werewolf's still at large. And that's when it comes down to, where's the sexy lady from the beginning? So the man goes up. And he's in the room, and he's searching around. He's like, where is she? Oh, she's gone for the night. She's gone, and it's a full moon. There's no way this can't be. And then, as he's looking at the full moonlight, he starts to transform. He's the werewolf, and he's freaking out, and this is a horrific transformation. And he kills this one maid, bashes her head on the piano. But something's weird about this piano. So he opens it up. And inside is a coffin, like it is made to be a coffin to sleep in. And just at that moment, he is stabbed through by the sexy lady from the beginning. She was a vampire the entire time. She was the werewolf hunter. And she's like, you werewolves, so easy to kill. And that was it.
And then she eats him, and it's really hot.
Oh, it's very hot.
Yeah.
Pretty great. So, let's talk about The Secret and Werewolf Concerto.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your thoughts?
I loved them. I already mentioned this. I love the 90s aesthetic. I love, like, cheesy horror, little snippets, especially, like, anthology TV shows of just little horror here, little horror here, little horror here. Let's dive into this and this and this and that. And it's just fun. But this was exceedingly fun because just two really fun concepts of both in The Secret with, like, vampires going to an orphanage to adopt a child to fucking eat it.
Oh, so good.
Like,
the oldest one, the big fat one. Like,
yeah.
Let's get it, let's eat it.
Terrifying. Like, I would be scared shitless.
But you wouldn't be scared shitless if a wolf was sitting on your chest.
You're still on about that.
I am still on about that from last episode. You're a freak.
You want to hear some freak shit?
Yeah.
The mom in The Secret, very milfy. She could eat me any day.
She's so hot. She's a very attractive woman. She's got very large hair.
She does. Like,
it's just nice. It's just
actually, both of them were.
The dad?
Yeah, they both were. They were very attractive.
I don't remember the dad being anything special.
I feel like what are their names? They were the Colberts.
Something like that.
Yeah. This Colbert was very attractive. Like, in a mean way. I'm revealing a lot about myself on this podcast.
Yeah, you like people who are mean to you.
Shut the fuck up.
Which is why your past relationships have worked out wonderfully.
What? That's crazy. Anyway.
Ended exactly how you wanted them to.
Yeah, totally. You're awful. No, that was grand. I was torn between the idea of sitting there like, oh yeah, that's really hot. That's really hot. Yes, vampire lady, please use me like a blood bag. And reverting back into, like, my little child self of, oh my fucking god, there's a monster outside my bedroom.
That's funny. I mean, I definitely don't get that fear with related to, like, monsters and kids.
I do. I was a very scared kid.
The thing that gets me in, like, movies or anything, and this just came up in sort of the recent movie Weapons. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Fantastic.
Not yet.
But it's one of those stories that touches upon, like, a child interacting with a force that's beyond yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's so crazy about it is, like, you don't even have rights as a kid. Like, there's the Ray Bradbury book, Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Yes.
It's about, like, this haunted carnival and all that creepy shit going on. And it's like, no one believes the kids. It's the same thing with Roald Dahl's The Witches. Like, that movie messed me up as a kid. Because it's like, you can't go to your parents. Like, these evil people who are adults, like, they could send you to your room if you want. Like, no one trusts you. You have no power. You are completely powerless. And in that scenario, you still have to figure out some way to go about it.
That's what I'm saying. That's genuinely one of the scariest things to me, because being a kid felt so powerless. Mm-hmm. And especially in that situation where he's just locked in this room, and like we see that this is a big mansion. They own like a whole friggin' place, but he's confined to just one room.
Yeah. He gets all the toys he wants.
He does get all the toys he wants, but like immediately off the bat, and I mean this is obvious as like a viewer, maybe not as the kid in the situation. If you were in that situation, it probably wouldn't be as obvious, but locked in a room, being fed tons of sweets and fattening things, it immediately just feels like livestock being fat, like a goose being force-fed to be slaughtered. And it's so scary for a fucking cheesy episode of Tales from the Crypt from the 90s. It genuinely sat with me so creepily.
That's great.
Oh, like my skin fucking crawls thinking about just being like helpless and locked in that room, and you don't know what's happening, and you keep asking like, hey, where are the Culpers? Where are they? They don't come around much except to like give me a lot of sweets to eat. And the butler has to sit there and be like, they're working. They're working. Mind you, Toby is in on it, but does sacrifice his life to let the kid escape later in the episode.
Yeah, he changes his mind last minute. Originally, he was doing it for immortality.
Yeah.
They were going to make him more.
Yeah. They were going to make him a vampire, but then he was like, I can't think of a worse way to exist with you freaks. And then they kill him. But yeah, no, that was...
Yeah, I mean, it's very spooky.
Terrifying.
And it's, I think, is a problem sometimes how adults treat kids. When I was a kid,
much so.
My parents always made it very clear to me that I am property. Like, that was, like, words they used. And it's like, what the hell? I'm a child. I'm not property. And it really pisses me off. I'm a high school teacher that... like the way that a lot of teachers treat kids. And it's like, these are kids who are just about to be an adult. They are way more conscious than you give them credit for. And it's like, they didn't choose the way that things have played out so far. Like, they've spent an entire life without choice. And then you want to blame them as if, like, things are their fault right now?
Yeah.
But anyways, I like werewolves.
You do like werewolves. I also like werewolves.
I had a good time with The Secret. It was a little bit slow and a little,
It
like,
was a
not
little
the
bit slow.
tightest mystery, but good time.
Very good time. I think I do agree. It could have been a little bit tighter and a little bit, it could have been a little bit less revealing. I mean, like, right off the bat, he disappears and he comes back with, like, torn clothes and dirt and all that stuff under a full moon. And then they walk into the manor and the dog starts barking at him. And it's, like, if you didn't pick it up initially from the full moon and him coming back with torn clothes, the fact that the dog barks at him immediately, like, aggressively, is like,
I mean, it could just be a mean dog.
it's a werewolf. Yeah, but we see the dog, like, hunting him. Like, it barks at his door. It barks anytime he's around. It's like, this kid's a werewolf.
I mean, maybe.
It's very
could
clearly
just
a
be a mean
werewolf.
dog. I mean, of course, we both know it was a werewolf from the get-go. But the question was, do these parents know he's a werewolf? And that's why they want him. Is it like, are they werewolves too? Are they going to eat him? Or are they vampires and they're going to eat him?
See, we were making jokes throughout the entire episode of what do these people want with him, because they clearly don't just want a kid. And what were we saying? We were passing around like, oh, they know he's a werewolf and they're going to wait for him to transform so they can, like, skin him and make...
Yeah, well, she had fur.
Yeah, she had fur all over her. He looks fancy.
My, like, major thing is that they got him as, like, a werewolf kid, and then their plan was when he becomes a werewolf, they were going to skin him. Yeah. Which I think would have been awesome.
That they were a werewolf family and they were waiting for him to transform to, like, induct him into werewolf society.
Yeah.
So on. So
it's like that story, Vampire's Breath. Goosebumps.
But, yeah, no, they just wanted to eat him.
Awesome.
And then they weren't aware that he was a werewolf.
Yeah, they weren't aware.
They
the
just...
like, you silly goose.
They just happened to get him because he was the oldest.
And he was the largest, and then they're like, what the hell? And it's also like, apparently werewolf very easily beats vampire in this world.
Yeah.
Just num.
That's the thing. They didn't seem like other vampires, like particularly strong or agile. They kind of just move around like normal people. They're slightly faster.
Yeah.
They were quite fast, but they weren't that strong. And I mean, here's a 4-foot tall werewolf, and both of them are like, yeah!
What's pretty crazy is like they just put like full werewolf makeup on this kid. Like he was still the same height. He was just tackling them, and then he ran at them just like on 2 feet, like bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
And it was a
very clearly a kid in a costume.
Yeah. Whereas in Werewolf Concerto, the werewolf effects were pretty great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Actually, let's get into Werewolf Concerto because I loved Werewolf Concerto. I love little mysteries. I know I said it earlier, love the idea that werewolves are just a thing in this world. That, like, yeah, people are scared and people are worried, and there's a couple people like, no, it couldn't be a werewolf. But the fact that they just go, yeah, it's the most likely thing that it is a werewolf is such a fascinating idea of, like, a modern, and it is a modern world. It's very modern. They have, like, they're using cell phones. They're at this high-end hotel or it's like a chalet in the countryside. But yeah, the fact that it's like, yeah, we've got a werewolf and we called in a werewolf hunter is, I don't know. I love that concept of like a modern-esque world where those are just things that you need to deal with. Vampires, werewolves, and that's the thing. There's no concern that she's a vampire.
Yeah, like that. They don't care at all when they hired her. I mean, the lead guy must have trusted her.
That makes me want to like dive into the lore of why is the vampire not a concern.
Well, I think because vampires control it.
That is true, and like I would love to see more exploration into. And she even says, like, the piano it came with her, and she's like, oh, this is my ticket in here. And so they clearly know, because they set up the piano for her. So, it's like, I would love to see exploration into a world like that, where maybe the payment for her was, when you catch the werewolf, you get to eat it. Because she does. She's like, oh, you werewolves are delicious, and so on.
Yeah. Didn't it say at the beginning that, like, the only compensation they ask is, like, to remain anonymous?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, she's doing this not because she was hired, but it's like, I get to eat a fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
I love these things. And
Question, would you eat a werewolf?
If I was a vampire?
No, in general.
No.
Okay.
I feel like that's a person.
Yeah, but what about the wolf?
No, I wouldn't eat a wolf.
You wouldn't eat a wolf?
No.
Coward.
What do you mean, coward?
Why not?
I don't know.
You eat burgers.
And?
That's wolf.
No, the fuck it isn't.
Wait, what?
That is Okay, listen here. Burgers are traditionally made from
ham.
beef. Shut up.
Pork.
Shut up. Beef.
It's a hamburger,
Shut up.
so it must be made from pig, right?
I'm going to throw you. Are traditionally...
I'm going to cut this.
That's probably good. Anyways.
I say that to piss you off. You're just like, yeah, I agree.
Anyways. Werewolf Concerto. I can ramble on and on and on about how much I love a setting like this and how I would love to see something like that explored even further. And just the taste of it was so fun. To see them, like, roving through this little backwood countryside as he goes and tries to, like, track down this werewolf that he doesn't know is him. It's just fun.
I mean, the Tales from the Crypt, it's a phenomenal TV series. I'm definitely going to rewatch all of it. Does it so well because it really perfects that short format. It takes it like directly from the comics. It uses imagery from the comics where it's like, here's a major thing here, here's a major thing here, and that sort of like older world of like 30s, 40s, 50s horror comics, so good. They're so enjoyable. And and they're really simple in how they're told.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're heavily censored, but I don't know. Tales from the Crypt really does a phenomenal job of here's the story. It's like even then, like the surgeon story that I tell, like the ending is that the head gets switched. It's like it's a big shock, and then you're done.
Yep.
There's no more questions of how does that happen? Who gets caught? Does the story like have a resolution? It's like, no, we're not caring about this.
No, it's very
we're
nice
like,
and
what's
neat.
the most shocking like sort of twist thing that we can do? And it's just that every time. It's melodrama to the tippity tip top. And I love it.
Which is unfortunate when they create a world like Werewolf Concerto, and it's like, I want to know more.
Look, you're hung up on this. You'll see there's more.
Oh, I know. I absolutely acknowledge that. I'm just saying,
We'll watch Hotel Transylvania. Don't worry.
That's not what I... Okay.
Werewolves, they're everywhere.
Yes.
He's got a lot of kids. Have you seen how many kids he has? Because he has a litter.
Yeah, I know I have.
Who is that, Steve Buscemi?
I think it is Steve Buscemi. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a werewolf fight. Fuck.
That's why.
It's Steve Buscemi.
Just his voice, he is one of the most wolf-like werewolves out there.
He's got like clothes on.
He plays fetch.
Yeah,
He plays fetch.
but he's got full capabilities. He's aware of things. It's a joke, man. I don't fuck animals. I get that you do, but
That's crazy.
you gotta tell me what does that mean about the knot?
What not? Oh,
The twisted knot.
I don't know.
I gotta find out one day, but I don't want to listen to any of that.
Yeah, no, I don't either. We'll do research after this.
We should do an episode on werewolf erotica.
We probably will.
That would be really funny.
would be
I'm
funny.
definitely gonna bring in smut. I'm gonna bring Theo in to do smut episodes.
I love the Theo reference as like it feels like the early MCU where like a big name would be dropped, but then context isn't given for like a while. But we'll
You'll meet him. He'll be the smut expert.
we'll get that. Smut expert. We called in our smut expert, Theo. I'd like whoever I was in a sexual encounter with to not burst into a creature unless I knew about it before. Like, if I was informed beforehand... See, that's the context of, like, why werewolves are kind of hot. And not all werewolves. If it's, like, more wolf-like, then no.
I mean, come on. You said Remus Lupin
Well, yes. That was more so a joke, because I will...
because you love twinks.
Shut up. We'll talk about this later. I think the Remus Lupin werewolf is one of the most ideal werewolf.
I don't know how
depictions.
long. Maybe we'll talk about it in another episode. I don't know if we'll ever cover that movie.
I don't think we will.
I don't want to.
I don't either.
Good.
But
All right, what do you rate Werewolf Concerto?
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry, continue.
I do want to talk about that werewolf at some point. Because I do think it's a really good werewolf design.
No, Remus Lupin? Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it next
Yeah.
episode, man.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fuck off.
Cool. For this, I'm going to give 2 different ratings for both of the episodes.
Of course, you should.
I'm going to say...
All right, I'll start.
Oh, okay. Never mind, I guess. Yeah, go.
What?
No, go, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give The Secret 2 stars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give Werewolf Concerto 3.5 stars.
Oh. I'll agree with The Secret that I'm thinking 2 stars. I'm giving Werewolf Concerto 4.
Wow.
I loved
Didn't you
it.
give Wolfman less?
Did I? No, I gave it a 4 as well.
Okay.
Because you gave it a 4.5.
Yeah, but I thought you gave it a 3.5.
No, I gave it a 4. I give Werewolf Concerto a 4. I loved it.
That is good.
I love the werewolf depiction. I love the not knowing who the werewolf is. I love...
Yeah, that's a trope they did very well of like the mystery of it.
I
It was a
loved
silly
that.
little mystery, like you could probably guess, but it's like has to be all done within 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But they did that well, and the werewolf has like long hanging hair. It's based off the full
So
moon.
good. So
the
good.
transformation was really, really
Transformation
good.
was incredible, genuinely phenomenal. Like the screaming and agony, the grasping onto things, and like
Yeah, it's hot.
like the human hand grasping, and then the claws coming out to scratch down. Oh, it was grand. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved that the werewolf felt evil. It felt cruel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much so. I love an evil werewolf, but it was an interesting thing here where it was a version of a werewolf where it's just the evil type, where as a human they're sort of evil and malicious as well. And I thought that's typically not what I like in my werewolf stories, where it's like I want to see that conflict. I love me an evil werewolf, but I very much prefer it to be like I'm a good person and this werewolf side of me is evil and it's going to kill everyone I love and I've got no control over it.
That's very fair. I do like how it was portrayed of he's trying to do good, of find this werewolf that is killing these people that he knows, but he does it in such a way that's so merciless. And like, admittedly, he fucking nails a bullseye by killing the Nazi.
Is he looking for the werewolf?
Yeah.
I thought he was looking for the werewolf hunter was the twist.
No, he was looking for the werewolf.
Was he? Did he not know that he was a werewolf?
No, that's the thing. He doesn't know.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know. It's just like a...
Unless I totally misinterpreted that.
No, it was a... I got confused there because like they talked about the werewolf and like the werewolf hunter bit. Because then does he think he's the werewolf hunter even though he's not? It's the vampire lady?
Yes.
Why would two people think they're the werewolf hunter?
I don't know. Yeah, never mind now.
And then it's like when he's talking with like the other people and he's like, the one lady asks him like, who do you think the werewolf hunter is? And then he's like, well, I think that's a question only the werewolf would care about. Like the idea that the werewolf is conscious enough to be able to like
but also
fight against this werewolf hunter.
He goes after the lady because it's like, she disappeared in the night. She's not here. Where is she? He goes into the woods after her and just so happens to find the Nazi.
Yes, because I think he suspects her of being the werewolf hunter.
Oh.
I might be completely wrong about this.
But
I was trying to reinterpret it because I don't really understand if he was looking for the werewolf when he was the werewolf. Because I don't think it was really played of like, oh, wait, what? I'm the werewolf?
Fair enough.
I don't know. I might just not have been in it. I need better audio on my TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Or subtitles. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't
There's a
think that
DVD
has
and I forgot to press them.
Oh, it does have subtitles. You bum. I'm looking at the DVD set right now. I can see the Crypt Keeper's eyes. So freaky.
Okay, that being said, right, The Secret is a very fun story, but it's a mystery, and the mystery's not about it being a werewolf. Like, the werewolf is played as a twist. The kid has really cool long hair, a snout. Like, it's fun. It's a pretty cool werewolf design, but it doesn't take into account any of the things that really make a werewolf a werewolf. No. And it also doesn't have, like, that sort of dual sides dilemma, it seems.
The big mystery is, what are the parents doing? Because right from the bat, it's, these people are weird.
Yeah, and it's that they're vampires.
Yeah.
Whereas, bit more points to Werewolf Concerto. It's completely about a werewolf. We get to see some great werewolf kills, a great werewolf transformation. Doesn't really talk about how to kill it. In the end, it gets killed by being stabbed with a candlestick, presumably a silver candlestick. But,
it does look silver with like little gold inlay. It's very ornate. But
yeah.
But
I say, what did I say?
You said a 3.5 for Werewolf Concerto and a 2 for The Secret.
Yep. Okay. I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
3.5 seems good because, yeah, it's just not a super werewolfy story, not the typical one.
Fair.
Even if it is centered around werewolves.
That's very fair. I think my bias is taking over, but I am going to stick with the 4. I really enjoyed Werewolf Concerto a lot.
Hell yeah.
Very, very fun.
All right. And that brings us to the end of our episode. I hope you enjoyed talking about the Tales from the Crypt. It's sad to me. We'll never have the Crypt Keeper on. We'll never do more of Tales from the Crypt.
I feel like we could find other transformation stories in Tales from the Crypt.
There are none, actually.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Actually, to encourage us to do Tales from the Crypt again, because I think we can agree that we would both love to do Tales from the Crypt again, if there are any episodes that do focus on either werewolves or some kind of, like, bestial transformation that we missed, please let us know.
Yeah.
Because I personally would love to go back to Tales from the Crypt.
Hit that bell.
Well, don't hit it. That would be mean. Press it.
Comment below your favorite werewolf to fuck.
What? What
interpretation of a werewolf would you like to have sex with? Drop it in the comments section. Share this with your grandma.
Don't.
She'd like it. She's an old lady. She deserves a bit of a pick-me-up. This is Sybil Weber, signing off.